chat questions for Chelsea Gray. We'll start with Chris Camello.
Hey, Chelsea, good morning to you, or afternoon, where you're at. Chelsea, I'm just curious, with the NBA restart currently happening right now, are there any NBA point guards that you see yourself in that resemble your game?
A little bit of the Chris Paul feel. He's point guard, but can, distribute, also find his shot. He has a little bit of a post game sometimes as well. Chauncey Billups used to be that way. Let me think. Chris Paul. Yeah, I'm gonna go there right now from the top of my head.
Sabrina Merchant, SB Nation.
Hey, Chelsea. I'm just curious how you would evaluate your own individual performance over the first 4 games this season.
A little bit inconsistent. I would say shooting-wise and defensively, inconsistent. And I think that these next, I think it's the 6 games in about 10 days, really finding that balance and staying the same and being consistent on both ends of the floor, but in demanding greatness out of this team as well.
Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Hey, Chelsea, congrats on the 500 rebounds. That's pretty cool. I guess wanted to know how you feel about that. And then also a question about Simone, and because she was talking about being in your ear about how great you are all the time. But I know you guys played together with Team USA, and I wonder sort of like how that relationship is with that, having played with her before.
Well, thank you for the 500 rebounds. It's nice to get to 500 because our post players sometimes we still in the guards, rebounds. But I think I could do a little bit more rebounding in general. And as far as Moan, I love having her here. I think we kind of connected with USA basketball a little bit, and on and off the court, and it kind of shows. And she's demanding greatness out of me, and making sure that I play at a high level each time I step on the floor. It's not going to be perfect, but just having that confidence and that willpower to make sure you're not settling, and demanding just a lot out of me as a leader, as a point guard, and as one of the leaders of this team. Just demand that each night and to be the greatest I can be whenever I step on the floor.
You have a quick follow-up, Miriam?
No, that's good. Thank you, Chelsea.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We'll go over to Lo Yarnell with LASparks.com.
Hi, Chelsea. Congratulations on hitting 500 this weekend. You and Riquna both hit pretty big career milestones, and you've been her teammate for 3 years. What do you enjoy about having her presence and skill on the court during the games?
Man, I love Bay. She's one of my favorites for sure. We have this little joke, like she'll start off like just standing straight up, and then all of a sudden she's just gone. And, some people only dream for that type of speed. And so when we do it, it's just not the same. And that's kind of been our joke the last few days, or like she doesn't respond to me sometimes. I'll text her and she doesn't respond, and I'll see her. She's like, I was in my room. So that's just our relationship. But on the court, she's a tough guard. She's a tough matchup for anybody. I don't care who you are. Man, woman, whatever. She's a tough matchup, and she can get it done defensively as well. She's one of the quickest, fastest people I've ever seen. But she knows the game as well, and I really enjoy being her teammate. If I could finish my career out being her teammate, I had a pretty good career.
Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Peace.
We'll jump right into it. Media questions for Riquna Williams. Again, she passed 2,000 career points this weekend. We'll start with Lo Yarnell, LASparks.com.
Hi, Riquna. Congratulations on 2,000 career points this past weekend. After hitting such a big milestone like that, what has been your initial mindset getting back to practice, knowing the team has 3 days before facing Indiana?
Didn't realize I passed that milestone. Never really think about that. Like I said earlier, winning the championship is so much more important, but definitely us having these days in between our next game on Wednesday, we have time to look at ourselves versus what teams are doing, see where we could be better as LA.
Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Hey, Riquna, definitely congratulations. Hey, so how are you guys feeling physically after having such a compact or jam-packed week? I mean, obviously you mentioned the 3 days off being a big deal, but just how did that experience feel?
You definitely feel it. And thanks to Courtney with the extra treatment, the cold tubs, the dry needling. As days go on and everything getting more compact, Coach Fisher has done a great job at making sure we're rested and maybe some shoot-arounds we walk through versus going hard at each other.
Chris Camello.
Hey, Riquna, good morning, good afternoon, where you're at. When you look at the 2-2 start, it's kind of been, we've seen both ends of the spectrum from your squad. How do you guys kind of dial in more consistency?
We focus on us and how we warm up and start the game. Honestly, those first 3 minutes for us has really been key. And I think all but Phoenix, we have been playing behind. So that's been kind of tough for us. So we're definitely trying to figure out ways as far as warm-ups and routines that how we could get a better start to games.
All right, thank you so much, Riquna.
No problem. Thanks, E.
All right, media questions for head coach Derek Fisher. Start with Sabrina Merchant, SB Nation.
Hey, Derek, how's it going?
It's going well, Sabrina. Going well.
Good. So it seems like you have some really nice contributions from new players this season on the team, but I'm just wondering if you are looking for more leadership from your existing core.
Yeah, I mean, I think their leadership has been phenomenal, actually. You know, I think that Chelsea has grown tremendously in her ability to use her voice as well as her performance, you know, to lead our team. I think that Candace is much healthier and able to, you know, bring an energy to our team that she wasn't able to last year. And, you know, Nneka is, you know, I don't want to say a natural leader, but, you know, that's a part of who she is as well. So I think their leadership has been great. I just think that from a performance standpoint, you know, they're all still looking for an ability to find some consistency in, you know, their game, conditioning, timing, rhythm, you know, being a core group of players that's been together for multiple years, while again, trying to get acclimated with, you know, half of a new set of players. And so, you know, they're trying to leave room for our new players to feel valued, appreciated, accepted, but then also try to keep their performance at a high level. So I think it'll still take a little more time, you know, in terms of their leadership and performance, statistically, et cetera, being more consistent.
Miriam.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Miriam.
Hey, so how obviously Riquna was saying that the first week and it being so compact and jam-packed with games was tough and they felt it, and it's nice to have a couple days off in between. But how is everyone doing physically after that first taste of, you know, wobble intensity and game wise?
Yeah, no, it was a rough week. I mean, you know, I think you know, I mentioned to them yesterday morning. I think I slept a little later than I have the entire time that we've been here. And, you know, if I'm fatigued, then I can only imagine, you know, the amount of fatigue that they're feeling and experiencing, you know, after 4 games in 7 days. And then we're kind of, you know, preparing ourselves to roll into 6 games in 10 days once we start back up on Wednesday. So, you know, this isn't easy. You know, and from a competitive standpoint, but everyone is experiencing it. All the teams are going through it. And I think what's going to be really important for us to try and manage is, because we have, you know, high levels of expectations and a level of standard that we want to perform at, we're going to have a tendency at times to want to hurry up and try to get there. And even in this shortened and condensed season, I think we're still going to have a level of patience that keeps us centered on health and safety, so that as we move through the month of August, we can still come here and talk to you and have a maximum amount of players still available. We don't want to start losing people to overuse and maintenance issues that we're capable of managing if we try and do this the right way. And then in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, our performance, being more consistent, getting stronger, getting in better condition, and then, really having a chance to play our best basketball at the right time and do all of that and still win some games along the way.
Lowy Arnell, LASparks.com.
Hi, Coach. Riquna Williams is consistently in your starting five. With her reaching 2,000 career points last game, how important is having her basketball IQ and skill on the court?
No, it's been very important for us. Riquana's traditionally been more, I think, comfortable coming off the bench. And last season we went to her and asked her to step into the starting lineup, and she accepted that responsibility and has done a great job. She's tough, she's competitive. She provides scoring for us, but she's also improved, I think, defensively and really getting after people. So the good thing about Riquna is that she's remained open-minded to whatever it is the team needs. So she's comfortable starting. She's comfortable coming off the bench. She just wants to go out there and help us win. And those are the kind of players that we want to have on this team.
Last question for today, Chris Camello.
Good morning, Coach. How you holding up today?
Morning. Doing well, man. Thankfully, doing well. It's a lot of people, around the world not doing as well as we are. So we still got to be thankful and grateful.
I hear that. I asked Chelsea who she thought her game in the NBA could kind of fit, and she said Chris Paul, and then back in the day before he retired, Chauncey Billups. I know you played against both guys, obviously Chauncey in the 2004 finals and Chris Paul throughout your career. Do you agree with that assessment, and is there anyone else that you see when you see Chelsea Gray play?
I think those are good, good male comparisons in terms of guys in the NBA. I think that both of those guys played at a pace that even if they weren't necessarily the fastest or quickest player on the court, they always had command of the basketball, able to run their team, making sure that, what they wanted to get accomplished offensively, was always able to happen because of their ability to quarterback and manage a game. But both guys also, which I think Chelsea really wants to and has challenged herself in the area of defense, both of those guys were really good defensive players as well. So not just their offensive abilities to shoot the basketball and make other people better, but they also were good on-ball defenders, good team defensive players. And I think those are areas of growth for Chelsea that as she steps in to leadership's, responsibilities on the defensive end to go along with her playmaking and scoring, it just continues to solidify her position as one of the best guards in this league.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.